top of the morning to you. Hope you're all fine and dandy. Staying ahead of the game. Remember, it is a game, and each one of us must play our part. Thank you for joining me. An outdoor experience. It's probably really windy, and you probably won't hear me properly. But this is the hills around the top of the Noth. On a bleak, cold, but blue sky. November in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Look at that. Those peaks over there. And then there's the pyramid here. Isn't that awesome? Top of the Noth. Look at that pattern down here. The old waterway. You can see it's turned into a road in parts, but it's an old waterway. Welcome to Aberdeenshire. And that hill, little black peak that you can just make out there, is top of the Noth. But we're heading to this stone. Lots of rabbits around here. Burrows everywhere. Lots of other things too. I've seen stoats up here a few times, so yeah, we're going the wrong direction. We're over that way, right? Up the hill where nobody goes. Look at that view. Isn't that amazing? Okay. That's the crack. Oh, here we go, we're almost there. Right now, there's just so much to look at. I don't know what to capture on my little camera here. Foothillls can capture that. Capture them all the time now. Never used to be like that up here. But everywhere now. Look at those peaks, that's an inch over there. There's 1 inch. Well, what a rest. Here we are. This beautiful stone, you can see that as well. It's on a mound anyway here, which the rabbits have burrowed into, of course. Here we go. What's in this stone? Anything? It's you can see that from all the way back on the road there. Amazing. That cut. Videos and have a good look when we get back down. We're talking of a big mound really. And that there is another mound. We've got 2 big mounds here on this hill and then one behind me. I suppose there's probably many big mounds. But yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that over there. See the brown? See the brown mound right there, very steep. The sides of it almost look like a pyramid, very straight. That's because it is a pyramid. All the way along there is a pyramid. 2, 3 pyramids, 4 pyramids, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way. There's loads of them. The sky is because the forest. And look at this stone from this side and this angle. Sometimes it's better to stand just back a bit to see see things, because I know it's very windy and you can probably hardly hear me, but the people who put these stones here didn't just lay them there randomly, and they're all marking the celestial movements above. And some of them are highly decorated. We'll try and get as much of a shot of this and the beautiful scenery all at the same time. Oh, it's windy. I never heard any of that, but it wasn't worth anything I said anyway. But just trying to get an image of all the sides of the stones, because yeah, on the day sometimes you don't see anything. I see lots of swirls on this stone though. I can see lots of patterns worn, but I can see lots of things going on, indentations, like so here, something going on here. Big stone, you get that up the top of the hill. Right, so yeah, there's more swirls on this side, or there seems to be. Certainly seems to be two circles, two circular areas on a flat surface there, this side bit here, just up here, kind of flat, my finger. Yeah, amazing. Let's go and see what's on the other side. I am so looking forward to what is on the other side of that hill. That was enough, of course, but is there any other stone settings or anything up here? Look at this. Oh, look at all that. The stones all the way down there. Look. See them over there? There's a number of stones over there. Beautiful walls. Look at those. They've all been nicely done, haven't they? Oh, oof. Take my breath away. Right, so this was supposed to be a promenade up here. You can see that the tractors and local farmers have been up and down it. I was hoping to find more upright stones. I'll get to see that. There's a bolus, and there's stones the other side, which is going to take a long time. But let's get up to the top of this mound. Look at that, what a view. Lovely chemtrails. Can't swing them. Legendary. Pyramid. So there's some rock, but nothing we can see is an upright standing stone. I think that's our whack, but I'll have a look over here. There's my camera down here behind this hill. I'm sure people must have lived just at the back of this bit here. Time's gone by. There's some blocks there squared off. Type of masonry, see that? Well, of course these have been put up here for the wall, but could have been homes made of that stuff. There's some stone peeking out from there, and there's some stone over here hiding in the shrub. Can't remember what you call this stuff. I don't know how many times people have told me I forget. But yeah, this stuff covers a lot, hides a lot, it spreads and just buries it. Up here it's a bit exposed, so I haven't had a chance to take photos. It's beautiful, it goes yellow in the spring and the summer. But the stones, let's see what is here, what is this? What's this? Remainders of the walls that were built, or is there something else going on here? nice wee walk. So welcome to everybody. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, expats, whatever, who are missing home. Your lads are Scotland is beautiful. And more beautiful. See, what is this? Look at this big rocks. Badgers, rabbits. These are all rabbits. There's an ancient waterway down there. Look at the waterway that went down. See the cars. There's the shape all the way around, and of course the farm. Of course, this is stones in that wall. Let's just take a walk up to the wall, and there's some farmers, quite a lot of farmers obviously use the masonry and the stones and bricks that are lying around for the wall, so there's a lot of stone sticking out and there's that there. Flat looking stone. I'm looking at the one over there. This over here. Anyway, let's go further up. Some big stones here. Excuse me. There's a big flat thing here. And this is where it's set on fire. So a few months ago, this is where I seen fire. So yeah, the brush. It catches fire naturally. Past that big stone there. How did I do that? What's going on here? Everything seems to be cut back, wrecked. I've obviously been in here, cutting back and burning the brush. That's an interesting rock. Right, let's get back up and look at other stones. There's some stones here I never noticed. Oh no, I'm back. So, oh, burnt. Bottles. So let's head back towards that big pyramid there, because I don't want to go trespassing and upsetting farmers. There's nothing on the fields, and this is why I've come up here, but yeah, I think we've seen enough. But we're going to go down and see these other stones, so I'll just let the camera roll. There's another big rock over there. A lot of these rocks could have been taller. It looks as if most of this hill has some sort of mud formation on it. It makes sense because there's waterways down there and the flood came in and filled up these two basins. This is the hill that's in between the two waterways, one's there and the other one's over the far side there. There's interesting stones down there, look at that. Is that a wall or is that a promenade of stones? Do you see it down there? Look at that. Do you see all those stones? High up. I wonder. And we have this gap, this huge gap in the walls that people have walked through there and down there previously. I would certainly say that's standing stones down there. I am going to find my way over the wall and get down there. So I will stop the camera, will I? No, I'll leave it. We can always edit out. So I just didn't want anybody seeing me fall over the fence. It's a brand new fence, so it should be easy to go over. It's pretty rigid. Never fell. That's good. I'm alright. Look at this. It's still got snow. Not a lot with the snow. Now is this a wall? Am I being down here for nothing? Look at that pile of stones way over there too. Look at that. I think we should zoom out of that. That's better. Didn't realise it was so zoomed in. Here we go. Yeah, look at this. What is all these stones? What are all these rocks? What's over the back of the hill? Nice. 360. Have a good look. See what we got. Look at that. There's a pile of stones there as well. See over the water. There's a walkway there, but this tiny walkway over there. That is a pile of stones. I'll probably take it off the view because it floods there maybe. It does get quite, these little streams in the winter time, they get very fast flowing. Look at that. Now you can see a way over there, the stream down there by those trees down there. Isn't this amazing? I have just found a whole load of stones. Look at that. Do you see them all? Whoa! Isn't that ace? Isn't that brilliant? Look at that. And they're all over there. They're all over there. Everywhere. Wow. What's going on? Look at that. Whoa. Is it an old wall? I don't know. That looks like standing stones to me. Or an old... It's an old wall. Water. Is it? What is it? What is it? They're massive. They're a bit big just to be... And they're not very practical for a wall, are they? Because there's gaps between them. So, what is this? What is this? What is it? What is it? What is it? It's very straight. It's very straight. Must have been put up there for something. It's very straight, isn't it? Wow! Look at it. It goes, there's a fair track, a fair distance, and it looks like down there as well. Was this an ancient walkway? Pilgrimage of some sort? And this was the route. These look like modern, not modern stone, but recently put here, I meant to say, modern. It looks as if they've just been pulled in. But, yeah, I don't know. There's quite a lot of stones here covered in fungus and moss. And what is this? Is this a barrel? Is this leading to a burial chamber? Is this a burial chamber of some sort? A big rock in front, what's that all about? It's covered. It's been put there to cover something there. Pools in that field. There are wild beasts. And again, yeah, last week. See, this stone's just randomly left in front of the gates. I don't think that's going to help access to your field, is it? So, what are these stones? I'll need to have a look to see if I can find anything at all online. Big railway sticker, which is obviously part of a fence post. I am going to take a walk over there because that big thick, how thick is that wall? 3, 4, 5 feet thick. That needs to be investigated. Look at all these stuff. Look at that. What's all that? Look at that. Some of them just look as if they're placed, don't they? Here's our row. It does say on mine that there's a promenade at the top of the hill with an array of stones, but this wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it would be on the top, and I thought you could actually view one of the main, well, we've seen the main stone up there. We're going to go way back, as I said, we'll look at the other stones, but I can't come up here and not look at this. So it's nice and calm here now. See, look at that. Look at that. How straight that. What's all that for? What's hiding in there? What's this ditch for? What was this ditch for, eh? There's a big groove there. Big ditch. And then the stones get bigger and bigger. Look at this one. What's in there? Look at that, it's beautiful. Look at that down there. I can't remember the name of the burn at this moment. I think it's Isaac's burn or something. I can't remember. Look at that. Cool little spot of trees down there, isn't it? There's base down there. Some blue and trees. Probably people keeping pheasants and things. Oh, sniffles. Right. We'll just walk and not talk, okay? Give everybody a chance to hear the peace and quiet, tranquility. Look at these stones, huh? Look at all that. Kind of muddy, but we don't mind a bit of mud. I don't see any bulls or cows, but I see hoof marks, so we have to be aware of animals. Look at all that. What's going on here? A very big wall, or embankment. It's an embankment to keep the water back, because in days gone by this little burn was much more than a burn. That's the problem. Upright stones toppled. Just to get a scale of it. Some bloody wall, isn't it? What is it? I wonder if we'll go with the big stone up there. Look at that. On the side of that. You don't put big stone like that for a wall, do you? How did they get there? In a straight line. How did they get there in an almost straight line? I reckon that who they call the Picts probably built this, and this was for water. This was to steer the water to the places where they needed it, and also to protect bits of ground that they can't walk where they left it. see in West Hill and Canal as well is a big wall, and I think what we're looking at is the remains of the base, basically just got rubble made up the bottom of the wall. And yeah, most of these walls were probably, the farmers, I think they were probably put together from what was taken from here. So there's a nice bridge. Even some of these little chambers, but of course that's not how our ancestors buried people. Not as far as I'm aware anyway. So there's an awful lot of rock over there, like an embankment of rock, and then there's that big pile. There's so much to look at. We haven't even got back to the other standing stones yet, but we will. Beautiful, eh? Haven't seen any birds of prey, any falcons, hawks, kites. Haven't seen anything so far. I'm sure there will be. Yeah. So this continues. Goes on. Let's see what's on over there. And it ends just there. What is beyond that? I don't know. Let's see. Rabbits. Rabbits. Head home. Head home. Just leave the camera rolling. Burnt the stump by a little bit. Solid embankment will go down quite high to go down, so it's quite a high. Yeah, there we go. Different view of it. It's big. Maybe get something here, maybe actually find something, but it's that's a lot of work, yeah, to build that. Oh, manpower moving all that rock, sorry, rock. It's a beautiful day. Hey, it's a beautiful. You hear the church bells. You could almost hear, well, I could hear the church bells banging away in the background there, ringing away. Strange stone for all the stones that are here. Look at that. It's in the wrong place. Compared to everything else. Right, mud. Boots on. Need doing this. Charity shops are brilliant, eh? These boots, I think they cost me about £5. most things do. I don't pay any more than £5 on a charity shop usually. But yeah, they've been the best bits we ever had. Had them for at least 3 or 4 years now. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. And that, look at the shape of that. Very pointed. Very, very pointed. And it was sitting up. See that? It was sitting up, but it is actually toppled. What is this? Was this a means to harvest the water? I think maybe that's what it was. A lot of manpower to build this anyway. Not big, big stones. Right, let's go over the hill. Like that. Upright. Upright. Yeah, so let's go. Again, we'll just leave the camera rolling. Oh, I need to go all the way back there, don't I? The sun's trying to break through. But it's windy. I'm not going to go that way, I'll go in that direction. And then I can go down, I think. I'm out of breath. It's steep. Well, it was, but it still is. It's getting steeper again. Look. It's one, too many. Nearly there. Summit here. Right, just put you off just now. Get the last glance. Back and forth. All these rocks, huh? Loads of rocks there, and a straight line again. these things here. There's quite a bit of rock scattered around. Tell what's scattered and what's been placed and what's been destroyed. It looks as if it's part of something. So, as of this date, November 2025, I don't know what day it is, but there is no promenade up here anymore. But there is a fair scattering of stone all over, and these could well have been uprights, chambers. Yeah, but they are no more as of this date. It's good to get up and see that big stone. And now we're going to go down the hill over this little bit here that's sort of been quarried out. Don't know who's quarried it out, but it looks as if it's been quarried out in the past. And the rabbits have taken over. There's a stone. You can see that one. Brilliant. So, yes, stone quarry bit must be behind here. So that is an interesting mound. Certainly a mound built up, isn't it? What's that there? What's going on in there? What's going on in here? What's all this? There's a lot of big stones around here. Right in line with that. And right in line with that up there. Yeah, these are definitely part of something. Well, they were. Brilliant. Look at this. We'll get over there and see where's all the standing stones soon. This is the quarry bit. Big stones kicking about in there. What place this was this? Is somebody living in here? Are people living in this area? Huge boulders down there. Or has this been quarried? Let's see if I can get in. There's a lot of big stones there, look at that. Look at that. I can't really get right in there, but look at all this. Almost like a cave. Big rock. What is this? Is it some sort of cave or something? Is it a tomb? Oh. I reckon this would have been living accommodations of some sort. Let's make our way around to these other stones. I've been at these ones many times. another standing stone away over there. It's a new fence, I should be able to go over this fence, no problem. So, this is going to be, in fact, let's just go all the way up and around, because there's a double fence over there. Right all around, or there is, yeah, that's the other, see, there's a double fence. So we'll go over this new one, and we'll go around. Sorry, I should be catching the stones. But there's lots to see. There's so much to see. You should go down to a single fence along here, I think. A wall and a fence, there we go. It's easier to go over, look. There's people down there anyway, I don't want them seeing us climbing over the new fence. Yeah. Bending all the barbed wire and what have you. But here, we can get over here, look at that. I think they have done this intentionally for us. Look at that big stones, look at those. What were they? Standing stones, believe it? I think so. Snow! It's precarious. And now we get an older rotten fence. Quartz. A piece of quartz in there. Now let's see these stones. So I've taken just about everybody who's came to visit me to these stones, so they're not new. But let's see if we can see anything with new eyes. Since I've walked around and had a better feel for the hill. Look at those. Look at that sun hitting that, isn't that awesome? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see that? A pyramid there. Isn't that beautiful? The sun has came out. Swirls. Oh yeah. Is that Cetus? What are we looking at here? Very difficult to make out markings, but we can see cuts and scores on some of these other stones there, look. Although it does have some markings. Oh, slugs finding themselves a home. There's somewhere to hear those wind turbines. Right, wonderful. Let's get one last frame